Academy Sandhurst, and other military programs in the U.S., Egypt, and South Africa. He also serves as Presidential Advisor on Special Operations and regains his position as the head of the Special Forces Command after more than a decade. The move is part of a wider reshuffle within security agencies. The reshuffle comes less than a month before what is expected to be a fiercely contested presidential election in which President Museveni is looking to extend his rule to 4 decades. The Ugandan government has come under sharp criticism in the last few weeks with threats of U.S. sanctions against some senior security officials following the killings. And the Somali government has suspended operations of its embassy in neighboring Kenya. It has also ordered its diplomats and immigration officials in Kenya to return to Mogadishu in 5 days. This comes 2 days after it cut diplomatic relations with Kenya, accusing it of meddling in its internal affairs. It also ordered Kenyan diplomats in Mogadishu to leave. Kenya has denied the accusation of meddling and said it is keen to mend relations with Somalia. The building housing Somalia's embassy in Kenya was renovated and reopened in November for Foreign Minister Ahmed Issa Awad. Some have questioned why the government spent money on the embassy that was to be closed. A U.S. Congressional committee, citing the pandemic, said it would significantly limit the number of guests allowed to attend President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration ceremony on the 20th of January at the U.S. Capitol. According to the Joint Congressional Committee on Inaugural Ceremonies, invitations will be limited to each member of Congress and 1 guest, meaning that 1,070 invitations will be given to members of Congress. The committee's chair, Senator Roy Blunt, on Wednesday said the JCCIC, in consultation with diversified public health and medical experts and the Presidential Inaugural Committee, has determined that the global pandemic and the rise in COVID-19 cases warranted a difficult decision to limit attendance at the 59th inaugural ceremonies to a live audience that resembles a State of the Union. In the past, the panel would have distributed 200,000 tickets for the ceremony and given Congress lawmakers ticket bundles for constituents. On Tuesday, the Presidential Inaugural Committee, which is planning the inauguration alongside the JCCIC, urged Americans to watch the inaugural activities from their homes instead of traveling to the event. And U.S. Vice President Mike Pence will publicly receive a COVID-19 vaccination at the White House on Friday. This, his office said, is to build confidence among the American people as the country begins a massive campaign. Pence's announcement on Thursday comes as President Donald Trump had not said when he will be vaccinated or if he would do publicly. His office said the Vice President, along with Second Lady Karen Pence and Surgeon General Jerome Adams, will be vaccinated at the White House on Friday. The death toll in the United States related to the novel coronavirus has now topped 300,000, and the country has reported nearly 17 million total cases of infection, the highest number of any country in the world. Meanwhile, France's President Emmanuel Macron has tested positive for COVID-19, his office says. The Elysee Palace, in a statement, said the 42-year-old took a test after developing symptoms and will now isolate for 7 days. France this week imposed an overnight curfew to help deal with soaring cases there. According to data from Johns Hopkins University, there have been 2 million confirmed cases in the country since the epidemic began, with more than 59,400 deaths. It is not yet known how Macron caught the virus, but his office said it was identifying those who had been in close contact. Officials said Prime Minister Jean Castex, 55, is also self-isolating as he is considered a possible contact case. The statement did not mention whether Macron's wife, who is 67, has also tested positive. Macron is one of several world leaders who has contracted the respiratory disease. Most notably, U.S. President Donald Trump tested positive in October, which led him to spending 3 days in hospital. UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson also caught the virus and ended up in intensive care during the country's first wave in March. Earlier this year, France eased national lockdown restrictions imposed to tackle the second wave of the pandemic. However, infection rates still remain high and a daily 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew was imposed. On Wednesday, France registered more than 17,700 new cases. And the World Health Organization will lead a mission to Beijing with an international team of COVID-19 investigators due to travel to China in January. China has strongly opposed calls for an international inquiry into the origins of the coronavirus, saying such calls are anti-China, but has been open to the WHO-led investigation. The WHO's Regional Emergencies Director in the Western Korea told a news conference on Thursday that the health organization continues to contact China and to discuss the international team and the places they visit. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman Wang Wenbin said China stands ready to enhance its cooperation with WHO to advance the global tracing efforts and contribute our share to our early victory against the pandemic. The U.S., which has accused China of having hidden outbreaks has called for a transparent WHO-led investigation and criticized its terms, which allowed Chinese scientists to do the first phase of the preliminary research. Meanwhile, Chinese state media has suggested the virus existed abroad before it was discovered in Wuhan, citing its presence in imported frozen food packaging and scientific papers, claiming it has been circulating in Europe in 2019. According to a Reuters tally, more than 72.92 million people have been reported to be infected by the novel coronavirus globally, and 1,641,733 have died. Infections have been reported in more than 210 countries and territories since the first cases were identified in China in December 2019. And that's KUFM's news around the world, but before we go, a quick recap of the headlines. Ugandan President reappoints son as head of special forces. U.S. Congressional panel trains guests at Biden's inauguration. And French president tests positive for COVID. Do you remember that the continued unity of Nigeria is a collective responsibility? Be sure to play your part. Do not forget you can listen to us anywhere in the world by visiting our website at www.kufm.net or download our mobile app from the Google Play Store. We are also live on YouTube at KUFM Nigeria, and you can also listen to us on RadioGarden.com. KUFM's News Around the World was produced by Lebadum Asagwaram. I am Omoyo Ogbede saying thanks for listening. Good afternoon.
KUFM. Hello, beautiful families out there. Here is something to excite you this Yuletide. Introducing the KU Christmas Family Challenge. To enter, send a video of not more than 1 minute showing how your family is preparing for Christmas to kufmnigeria@gmail.com or on WhatsApp on 0806 360-8795. All videos will be posted on the KUTV online platform, and the family whose video gets the most views will win the challenge and get a fantastic prize. Entries are open from now till the 24th of December, and the winner will be announced on Monday, the 4th of January 2021. Hurry now, send in your videos and subscribe to KUTV Nigeria. Have a fun-filled Christmas.
We got you turned up through the roof.
Turn your radio up. Turn us up. 92.7.
Well, give me R. Give me E now. Give me 2, 5, 0. I read 250. Bigger heart, stronger body. Ride I read 250. Bigger heart, stronger body. Yeah. We get keke. And we get the super keke. Strong front fork to bring you my comfort. With bigger engine to super sanitary. Yeah, yeah. Bigger heart, stronger body. Ride the RE 250. RE 250. Bigger heart, stronger body. Ride RE 250. Bigger
My name is JJ Okocha, and I endorse the Bajaj RE250. Bigger heart, stronger body.
Now available at 825,000 naira.
Bigger heart, stronger body. Bigger heart, stronger body. RE250.
We love you.
We love you.
We wanna thank you.
We wanna thank you.
Cause that's so we supposed to be. Can't imagine what your life could be without you.
Without you.
We wanna thank you.
We wanna thank you.
2020 was a challenging year for everyone, including KUFM 92.7. But we persevered and excelled as an organization because we had the love, support, patronage, and cooperation of the following amazing institutions and individuals. Add Value Limited, Aki Sam Communications Company, Algorithm Media, All Seasons Zenith, Benin Electricity Distribution Company, BEDC, Benson Idahosa University, Bet Pay, Big Jeff, Bishop Chris Otaegbe, Bishop Feb Idahosa, Bishop Wale Ajayi, Brand Eye Media, Canard Advertising, Catholic Archdiocese of Benin, Christ Embassy Church,